Good morning, good morning, good morning. So this week has been tough so far. No trade so far. So how is it going to you guys? How is the market treating you this week? So share your destiny. How is it treating you this week? Because for me, this week so far, no trade, and the market is not looking promising too. So I don't know whether this week okay, but I have to be super patient this week. You get it? In the market before you make money. Sometimes you might think, oh, my setup is not appearing, so let me do some damn shit. The moment you start fucking around, that's when the market will start beating you like a thief. You start losing in the market. So kindly be patient, stay patient. It's not a problem if you don't get a trade this week. If you don't get a trade this week, it's not a problem. All right, so good morning, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome to. So today is the okay. Tomorrow is going to be the last day of the month. Hey, Friday rather. So Friday is going to be first. Of yeah, Friday is going to be first. Well, let me check. All right, so good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. So we are back again. You see, a lot of people are just backing off now. I can see a lot of people are backing off. You heard of Forex and you were excited. You were excited. You were thinking, "Oh, this thing is going to be very easy. It's going to help me solve my financial problem." You see, one thing that you don't have to be chasing for is something that they are going to promise you. Uh, you are going to get rich in 3 days' time. Your money is going to be doubled. That thing you need to fear. You get it? So if you are a young guy, or even if you are trying to, life is not going on well for you, you are trying to figure something out, you need to go in for something that has longevity. You get it? Go in for something that has longevity. If you are a young boy in your 20s, your late 20s, go in for some. That's what has been my focus always. If you introduce me to something that has short term, I will just assess the thing and ask myself, is this thing having a longevity? Because something that they are going to promise you, like you are going to make money within a week, you have to understand that if it is easy, then everyone will be doing it. Okay, so I'm giving you a guide on how to avoid scam things. If you get introduced, maybe you are scrolling through the internet and you see an ad, and the person is telling you, "Oh, you are going to figure this thing. You are going to start making money within a month. You start making money within a week." Don't. If you want longevity, if you want something that you can transfer, or you can pass it this thing, something that you can pass it out to your generation to come. Don't fall for those things. And one thing I'm going to advise you to be doing is what? Always going in for something that has longevity. Going for something that has longevity so that you can pass it on to your generation to come. You get it? Don't go fall for something that has short term gratification. Going for something that has longevity. Okay, that is when you can monetize that thing. That is when you can transfer, or you can pass it on to what? Your generation to come. So don't fall for scams. Something that will give you 3 months, they are going to tell you a month, a week, you are going to get this huge returns. You have to fear, you have to run. Okay, because with this, a time to come, it's going to crumble. It's not having longevity. A time is going to come that will crumble. But anything that has longevity, it's very hard for you to figure it out. Sometimes it can take you years before you figure it out. And the moment you figure it out, to your financial life or your financial condition is going to change. Okay, your financial condition is going to, so put in the work. Don't give up. Show up every day. That's how they get. You see, for me, I've been showing up every day. That's how it's supposed to be. Success is all about, there's no secret. The only secret in success is about consistency, and someone who is consistent, someone who is persistent. The secret among those at the top and those at the bottom is one can't keep up. One is not consistent. One is not having a long-term attention span. The moment you start something for some few days, and the person will give up. But those who are at the top, those who have been able to achieve success, they are consistent. No matter the losses, no matter the failures that will come into their life, they still persist. Okay, so they see growth, and even if they see growth, they still push. Okay, they are never satisfied with the results that they are getting. So that's the mindset you need to have. Don't fall for short-term things, uh short-term gratification. It's not going to end you at anywhere. All right, so let's move on to the topic. Let's move on to the agenda for the day. So today is what? 30th. Okay, today is 30th So 30th, you are having the fundamentals that we are having, the economic event that we are having is what? You're having euros. You're having euro. You're having euro. So 9 o'clock too, you're having CHF news on. So the Switzerland Bank chairman, school legal speaks. So around 9 o'clock a.m. So that would be after lending open, an hour to lending. After lending open, you are going to be having some high impact news. Okay, so today we are having ADP. This is employment data, job data. You're having ADP, which is high impact news. So you need to be very, very careful. This is one of the high impact news. Okay, you need to be very, very careful when the news is about to be released. So 15 minutes to maybe 30 minutes to the news, you have to stop trading. You get it? It's a high impact news. You're having ADP, so I'm very sure you might the market might be consolidating today. So as I'm saying, the market has been tough. Monday no trade, Tuesday no trade. One thing I'm seeing in the market is so the week is still young. Today is Wednesday. You have Thursday. You have tomorrow there. So you still have to be conservative. You don't have to be impulsive. Yeah. So let me check. Let me check the pair that is having potential. Mm, GBP has taken off. The pound dollar. All right. So let's analyze everything afresh and see which one is going to give us an opportunity. Okay, so let's start with the pound dollar. Let's start with the pound dollar.
We can hear you on Telegram and even see your screen.
You can't see my screen. Yeah, I think I'm having problem on the Telegram. Can you see it now?
Yeah.
I think of late I'm having some challenge, problem on the Telegram. All right, so how is it going now? Can you can see it now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so thank you. All right, so let's see the pound dollar, whether we are going to be getting an opportunity on it. So with the pound dollar, so as I've been saying, you need to have a specific strategy that you are going to be focusing on, because a lot of people are doing different things in the market. A lot of people are doing different things as in how they see the market. So you need to be specific. Okay, know what is working for you. Know your system so that you apply it accordingly. So on the monthly time frame, so currently on the monthly time frame, so same thing every day, same thing every day. So you've checked the economic events and you've noticed there's no high impact news for today. So when you check the monthly time frame, so you are going to be doing top-down analysis. You are going to analyze from the higher time frame to the lower time frame. So mostly I start from the monthly time frame, identify the various support and resistance levels. So we're having support over here at the monthly time frame. At the monthly time frame, you're having support over there. So that's the only thing that I'm going to be doing at the monthly time frame. Okay. That's the only thing that I'm going to be doing at the monthly time frame to find out the support. So on the weekly time frame, so checking the trend, okay, checking the trend, the direction of the market. So the direction of the market on the weekly time frame is a downtrend. You're having a resistance over here. You're having a resistance. So price is now pulling back. Price is now pulling back to the previous resistance level. So when you do the daily time frame, currently on the daily time frame looks like an uptrend. Okay, so there was a minor consolidation over here, which price broke through. There was a minor consolidation. So if you change it to, or if you turn it to a line chart, you are going to be able to see it very clear on the minor consolidation. So this is a minor consolidation. So now price is trying to fill the range at the, this is the range. Price is now trying to fill the range at the monthly time frame. At the monthly time frame. So when you move to the H4 time frame, so now the daily time frame, we can see the weekly, so the various confluences, the various confluence, so the various confluence, you're having the weekly time frame downtrend, right, which is pulling back. The daily time frame, the daily time frame has now shifted towards an uptrend. So we're having some room over here. We're having a room for price to, this thing is focus. So these are the various confluences. So we're having the weekly to be downtrend. So the daily time frame to be what? The daily time frame to be an uptrend. So the H4 time frame. So with the H4 time frame, currently price is trying to get to this resistance level. So I was thinking price is going to come to this level because this is the point, or this is the level that we're having strong area of interest. So I was thinking price is going to pull back to this level, then you go in for a buy. I think now price has turned to, price is moving up again. Yeah, because, okay, yeah. So when you check the H4 structure, the only level that is very strong for price to retest on is at this level, at the daily time frame. You get it? This is the level that it is strong for price to retest on. This is the level that it is strong. I would love to take a buy on. Yeah, I was thinking price is going to pull pull back on this level, then it will take off. By now, it has reversed in the middle of the range, which is not advisable to be going for a buy. So anytime you are going for a buy, you have to make sure you are what, taking a trade on a strong area of interest. So when you look at where price has reversed or where price has turned, we are not having any strong area for price to what, we are not having any strong area over there. So it just market dynamics. You don't have to be worried about it. Always stick to the plan. If no matter how price is going to behave, if it hasn't aligned with the way you trade, just forget about it and wait for the right thing. Wait for price to align according to how you trade. You get it. Currently, price is what, price has turned at a point where you don't have any. So that when price is moving back, the only levels is what, at this level or at this level. But see where price 10. Price 10 in the middle of a range. Price made a U-turn at the middle of a range where you don't have any strong, you are not having any strong area of interest over there. So it's not worth it. So maybe it's either going to break above this one or it's just going to turn back to the level that I'm talking about. But I'll be interested to be taking a buy at this level. You get it? Because you're on this level, you're having a daily zone over here, and at the same time H4 is aligned on the same level, so it tells you that this level is very strong. If you get an entry over here, it will be very nice, and what, it's going to give you a nice move. It's going to be giving a nice move. But so for the meantime, for now, there was no entry on GBP USD. The market has been tough. I'm not seeing any good structure. I'm not seeing any nice opportunity for us to take a trade. I think yesterday our attention was on GBP USD. By GBP JPY gave an opportunity. I just saw it after the stream, but we were looking for a sell on GBP USD, so we didn't pay attention to GBP JPY. It gave an opportunity, but we were busy looking at GBP USD for the sell. So let's move to USD CHF and see. So exactly what I was. So you see, structure is king. You get it. Exactly what I was thinking of when it comes to this pair. So let's break it down again. So when it comes to GBP, when it comes to USD CHF, for USD CHF, on the monthly time frame, price is currently on a support. You get, when you move to the weekly time frame too. On the weekly time frame, price is an uptrend. High, low. You get it. Price is currently on uptrend. The moment it broke this one, it's what, an uptrend. Price is currently on uptrend, so it has retested on this key level. Price has currently retested on this key level. When you move to the daily time frame, on the daily time frame, so now you've noticed price on the weekly time frame is an uptrend. When it comes to the daily time frame, if you change it to a line chart, you can see it's very clear that price is currently what, an uptrend. You see, the previous high has been broken by this. The previous low has been broken by this high. So now price is what, currently an uptrend. Okay, so we are having a support over here. We're having a support over here. So when you are checking the H4, so now the weekly is an uptrend, daily is an uptrend, right? But when you look, if you look critically to the H4 time frame, the H4 time frame is what, an uptrend. So reading from back, price was doing price was in a downtrend, consolidating some or ranging at some point, broke out from the zone. Price was made a pullback, turned it to a downtrend. So if price has turned it to a downtrend, it has retraced 100% to this level. You get it? Price has currently, so that's all. But when I posted the charts, I added the was what, saying even though price is giving a nice entry by the structure on the H4, because mostly I would love to see the daily and H4 being in the same direction. But when you look at this one, price has retraced 100% to this level, close to 100% to the retracement level. You get, price has made 100% retracement to that level. So the high wasn't broken. You get it? The high wasn't broken. So it's still in a downtrend. Okay. It's still in a downtrend. But the entry, it was looking good. Looking at the candles, you see the exhaustion candles. You are having a lot of sellers exhaustion candles, a lot of sellers exhaustion candle, a lot of sellers exhaustion candle. Price is currently rate testing on a key level. You get it? Price is currently on a key level. So what is it telling you? One, price has what? Rate tested on this key level, giving us exhaustion candle. So the exhaustion candle means what? Sellers are losing control in the market. Buyers are now taking over. Buyers want to take over the market. You get it? So it was looking good, rate testing on a key level, on a strong area of interest. You get it? But looking at the structure, looking at the structure, it's a downtrend. Okay, at the H4 time frame, and I always prefer seeing them, the daily, H4, weekly, being in the same direction. But this one is doing the opposite of what the high time frame is doing. So that's why I wasn't interested in this buy. But if not that, supposing maybe this one broke above this one, made a pullback, I would have thought be the first person to go in for it. So that's why I didn't even share the analysis. You get, because it's not according to the way I plan, the way I trade. So that's why I didn't even share. So I'm expecting price. So price might even do a pullback. So if price close around this side, the next candle breaking, okay, the next candle breaking, because now this is the high, this is the low. Okay, this is the lower low, this is the lower high, lower low, lower high. Okay, so this is the high. So price is still in this range. Price is currently in this range. Price is currently in this range. So unless maybe we see something like this break, then the next one. So even if it does a pullback to this side, it's still in the range. Okay, it's still in this. It's what, break this one. So let's see. But structure is not looking clean for us to. It's not looking clean for us, because I've done something of that sort where structure wasn't clean. I forced things to happen. I forced to take a trade, and what, it didn't go on well. So what I would love to do is what, wait for a proper shift. Okay, I'll have to wait for a proper shift, then I'll go in for what, I'll go in for a buy. That's what I'll be looking for, or be going for. But currently price might make a turn over here, because this zone we are seeing over here is a weekly zone. So it's going to be very difficult. But since candle structure has been invalidated, price has broken the previous highs and lows of the candle. So that means what, it has broken the dip or the low of the candle. So it's telling you that what, candle structure has shifted. So since candle structure has shifted, we might see price coming down. Okay, but one thing I'm seeing on the chart is maybe price might retest on this one, since this one is a strong area of interest. Retest on this one and make a bounce or a U-turn. You get it? Might make a U-turn. So let's see what's going to happen. So as I'm saying, this week has been tough so far. No trade for me. Very patient. My money is safe, protected. So when you move to GBP JPY, so this is what I was expecting on GBP JPY. When you move to the monthly time frame, so for the monthly, I normally go to the higher time frame to determine the various levels so that I will not get hit by the market. Okay, unexpectedly, price will get to a resistance level or price will get to a support level. If you are not aware, you will be in a range, you'll be stuck in a range for a very long time. So it's always better, it's always appropriate, it's always nice for you to know the various levels so that you are not going to be stuck in a range. Okay, because anytime price will get to a high time frame, anytime that price will get to a support or a resistance, you are going to see a reaction. So the reaction can either be breakout or a retest. You get it. So it's always important for you to what, identify the various levels so that you are not going to be stuck. That's why I always move from the higher time frame to the lower time frame, indicating the various reactional levels. Okay, point of interest or area of interest, whatever you call it. So when you move to the monthly time frame, these are the various level. Okay, the monthly time frame was also looking good. Price made a pullback, created a support. What are you expecting? A trend continuation. So but you can't be taking a trade on the monthly time frame because the stop loss is really going to be wide. The stop loss is really going to be wide. So you can't be taking a trade on. So moving to the weekly time frame, still the gap hasn't been filled. We are still seeing the gap over here. The gap hasn't been filled on GJ. So any moment we can see a pullback. Okay, this gap hasn't still the gap hasn't the gap hasn't been filled yet. The gap hasn't been filled yet. When you move to the daily time frame, so on the weekly time frame, the closer reactional level is at this point. So moving to the daily time frame, so I'm expecting price to come back and fill this gap, to close this gap. This gap hasn't been filled, so I'm expecting price to come back and close the various gaps. So we're having a support over here. So we have a gap for price to fill. Still hasn't filled. Still it hasn't filled. So what I was expecting, so you see all the time frames are pointing up. So what I expect, so yesterday this is the point I was saying there was an entry over here. Price made a rate test on this key level. Price made a rate test on this key level, and mostly when it happens like that, when price made a pullback and there's no entry on the analysis or the directional time frame, what it normally happens is what you need to go to a lower time frame for you to find an entry. So on the lower time frame, when you move to the H1 time frame, the H1 time frame gave an opportunity. Okay, so price gave us a first hand. So the first hand was the bullish candle. So this is a bullish engulfing candle. By price, the candle was too high. Okay, buying at this level is too high. We don't love or you will not you don't like buying at a higher price. It's not advisable to be buying at a higher price. So I was thinking maybe it would have been best if price pull back and take off. Okay, but I think if you move to the M30 time, M50 time, so M15 to M32 never made a pullback. Okay, never made a pullback. So if you move to M15, I think the entry would have been here. But price was very high. Okay, and one thing I've seen about GJ, so GJ normally break and retest normally works very well on GJ. Breaks GJ really respects structure, but one thing is what it likes moving up and down. It doesn't move to your target very fast. It moves like gold. But GT looks good. So far I've been seeing consistency on my analyzing it, I've been seeing consistency. Like it has been playing out. But one problem I've been facing is what it hasn't been getting to my target. That's the only problem I've been facing. So yesterday there was an opportunity as we were busily looking for a sell on GU. There was an opportunity over here around 7 o'clock to around 7 a.m. So this is the opportunity. But price was too high. So imagine entering at this point. Your target is going to be at what? The next reactional level. So you see, you had a multiple distance. So this is the points you could have even taken profit. So if you are taking profit over here, comparing or checking your risk to reward it's not something to recommend. You get it? So the stop loss is around 45. The logical stop loss may be around 50 pips, going for 40 pips. It's not something I'm going to advise you to be doing. It's not something I would love, or it's not something I would love or I would advise or recommend for someone to go for. But it was looking good, but it would have been best or it would have been better if price pull back. Okay, made a pullback, then you find an entry around this side and take it. That one would have been best. You get it? That one would have been best. But the moment price. So currently, what I was expecting price to be doing is what I was expecting price to pull back. Maybe I was thinking yesterday. I was thinking since DJ normally moves fast around the during the Asian session, so price might even pull back on this level. Okay, because we're having reactional level over here, two over here. So the chances that price is going to bounce on this one and move up is very high. So I'm expecting price to move to this level. Okay, find an entry, then what? Take a buy. That's what I'm expecting on GJ because we're having multiple reactional levels over here. So the chances that price is going to retest on this one, then take off is very very high. You get it? It's very very high. So this is what I'm expecting on GJ. I'm expecting price to pull back on this level, thinking maybe it's going to happen during the Asian session. But one thing is what during the Asian session, we didn't see any major moves in the market. You get it? So as I'm reminding you again, we are in NFP week. Okay, now farm payroll. We are in NFP week, and mostly NFP weeks you have to be conservative. You don't have to rush the process. Okay, when it comes to NFP, because mostly my losses has been coming from the NFP weeks. Price normally don't move as expected. So when it comes to NFP week, you need to be very. So even some people don't even trade at all during NFP weeks. So from last 2 weeks to last 3 weeks, price has given us a good opportunities on the chart. Price has been giving us a good opportunities, presenting us a nice opportunity. But for today, price is currently not giving. So USHF, yeah. So everything has been invalidated now. Everything has been validated now. So I think what I'm seeing on USDCHF, one thing I've realized about USDCHF is what it really moves very nice and well. It's really really moves nice. So the trade you were expecting it to happen during on Monday played out perfectly, but structure wasn't as in what you were expecting. It wasn't according to how you trade. But it moved the zone. So you see, the moment price got to that level, it got rejected and price has now pulled back. So you see how powerful those levels are. The moment price got to that level, it got rejected and now price it filled the range and what got rejected by price. So I think because of the high volume on Tuesday, that's why everything got invalidated because this level was very strong that I was expecting price to reject, or I was expecting price to retest on this level exactly, then price would take off. But it happened to be doing something else. It happened to be doing something, and this would have been the trade for the week. This would have been the trade for the week. So, but it happens to be doing something else. It's happening to be doing something else. So that's what you'll be looking for. But for now, so maybe as I'm saying, price can just bounce off from this level and start buying. Okay. Price can just bounce off from this level and start buying. So now the lending open is going to happen around 8 a.m. right? 8 a.m. GMT. That's lending open. So let's see if by then you are going to be getting an opportunity, then you take advantage of it. Then you take advantage of it. So structure is king. We need to respect structure. So moving to gold, Checking out on gold. So gold is still moving up. Uh, so at what point is gold going to stop? At what point is gold going to stop? So gold is in all time high. Gold is in all time high. So the projection or the prediction that we did just played out is exactly what I was talking about on analyzing the fundamentals. Everything just played out according to what you were saying. That because of the election, people are really reserved on making moves on the dollar. So people are just pushing money to the safe havens. So the safe havens like gold, the cryptocurrency, like they are pushing their assets in something that they have trust in, something that they think maybe it's having a longevity. They're not going to lose their money and those stuff. So people are pushing their money to gold, and that's why we are seeing gold because of the election. Okay, there was fear and panic. So that's why we are seeing gold moving. So I said it when what gold was even making. So when gold was here, I was still saying. So it has how many pips so far? 17. Gold has moved 1,741 pips. So imagine if you bought over here holding. But one thing, okay, even if you bought here holding, if you are confidence, if you have confidence to hold. So let's see. So the election is next week Tuesday. So on next Tuesday, you are going to be seeing a lot of spikes in the market. So gold is still in all-time high. You don't have any price action to left. Looking at your left, you don't have any price action to base on or to focus on to do your analysis. So you just have to find an entry. And one thing too is when you are buying, you don't know whether you are. You see, when it comes to investment, you don't know whether you are in the middle of, like, you don't have to hop off if the thing starts moving. Hop in if the thing starts moving. You need to make sure you are buying on a level that it's very low. We buy low and sell high. So currently, if you are buying gold, you don't know whether you are buying at the highest price, because any moment price can just make a retracement. So if you are buying, just find a support, you take some small distance, then you are off or you take off. Because one thing is what, if you look left, there's no like price action to your left for you to know price is going to reject at this level, for price is going to retest at this level. That's going to be very very difficult. Okay, it's going to be very very difficult for you to make a decision. So the best way to go by is just to scalp at this point. Is just for scalping. Okay, you find a level, because now you can't buy at this level. So you just find a level, price making a retracement. The moment price will make a retracement on it, when it pulls back, then you just take a buy. Okay, just take a buy. So just find a pullback, then you take a buy. You find a pullback, you take a buy. That's why you just take in. So that's why last time I was saying you just take in some small this thing. You just take in some small pips from the market, then you are off. you don't have to be in the trade for long. You just take in some small pips, then you are off. Because now it's very risky if you are buying, but you don't know when the rally is going to stop. Because it's in all time high, you don't have any you don't have anything to use to measure when price is going to retrace. So it's very difficult for now for you to take a trade on gold. So the best way to go by it is just find a buy position, and you don't have to be going in for sell too. It's not advisable to be going in for sell, because all the time frames are pointing up. All the time frames are pointing up. So taking a sell is going to be very risky, because if you look at the monthly time frame is moving up. If you look at the weekly time frame, they are all uptrend. Weekly is up, daily is up, H4 is up, H1 is up. Like, all the time frames are moving up. So the best way is to what? Just wait for a pullback at this level, then you take a buy. You get it. And as I'm saying, if you take a buy, you don't have to be in the trade for long, because price can make a retracement any moment. Okay, the rally can just end any moment. So you need to be very, very careful when you are taking a buy on gold. Said gold is unpredictable. Nothing is predictable. In the market, nothing is predictable. So you can't predict everything 100% in the market. You just have to adapt. Okay. So it moves normal. You just have to understand it. But one thing is what? You don't have to expect to understand everything about the market. You don't have to expect to understand your pair a day. You need to make sure you are trading it for some time before you get it. Nothing is predictable. It's just about what? It's just about just studying how the pair moves. So that's what I'm saying. You don't have to be hopping from one pair to another. You need to study a pair, see how it moves, see how it's like the moves of the pair before you need to see the moves of the pair before you start what? You start trading it live. You can't just be the moment you get introduced to a pair, then you start betting on it very big. You need to understand the movement of the pair. So every pair moves differently. Okay, every pair moves differently. So you get to understand it very well when you have traded it for very long time. When you have traded it for very long time. So USD CHF is doing its own thing. GBP USD2 is doing its own thing. Yeah. So thank you too. So as we were expecting it to happen, it would have been a nice buy on USDCHF, but the according to the H4 structure, it looks a downtrend. You get it? So it's not advisable to be going for a buy, even though it looks good. If you are price has retested on a key level, you're having a clean range. Okay, price might even move back to this side. You get it? So the range was enough comparing it to your risk reward, but it's not advisable to be going in for a buy for now. It's not advisable to be going. You need to wait for a shift in structures and chain. A shift in structure. But one thing I strongly believe that this level might reject price. This level might reject price. Okay, this is a strong level. If you move to the weekly time frame. Okay, so I didn't even plot it well. So this is the level. So it just support at the weekly time frame. Yeah. Yeah, so it's really breaking those levels too. It's really breaking those levels. So that's why yesterday I wasn't confident to even share it in my Telegram channel because of how structured. So I normally wait to see the things that I've been seeing it more often. If it's a setup, or if a setup is not clear, I just avoid it. I don't take it. I just avoid it. I don't take it. I normally wait for the things that I've been seeing it happening over and over. So this morning, one thing I'm expecting it to, maybe you are going to be seeing a pullback on the H4 time frame. Okay. So if it pulls back over here, then you go in for a buy. So the same thing like GJ. So GJ to the same thing. If price pull back on this level, then you go in for what? A buy. So when it comes to gold, it does no entry on gold. There's no entry, a buy entry on gold. So you need to be very, very careful. There's no buy entry on gold. There's no buy entry on gold for now. So it is pulling back. So the best way to go for a buy is what? For you to wait for a pullback. When price pull back to this level, you get it. When price pull back to this level, then you move into the lower time frame. One thing about gold is what you get better entries when you move to the lower time frame. But since I'm not a lover of the lower time frame, so that's why I don't usually bet on gold. You normally get good entry, so it looks like GJ2. So GJ2, for you to get a best entry, you need to go to the lower time frame for you to find the best entry. Okay, so that's where you are going to get the good risk reward. But one thing you need to understand is, well, if you are using the lower time frame, the chances of you getting stopped out is very, very high. That's the lower time frame. There was no the confirmation on lower time frames are not that strong. But I'm not saying some people are not profitable using the lower time frame. You can be using the lower time frames, and yes, still I know some people are profitable using the lower time frame. But for me, when I tested it or when I did it, I didn't see profitability over there. And there was one thing is what I've become very stress free when I started focusing on the higher time frame. I'm not glued to the charts. I'm not. You see, when you are focusing on the lower time frames, you get a lot of opportunities on the chart. A lot of opportunity. Every move is opportunity. Every move is an opportunity. That's it for the lower time frame. Every move is an opportunity for you when it comes to the lower time frame. You become very stressed. And the moment you one thing is the moment you start taking trades like over and over, when you start taking many trades within a day, it affects your mentality, it affects your destiny, your psychology. Okay, so the moment when I started focusing on the high time frame, taking only few trades within a week, I became like the my thinking level really it has really developed. Okay, I'm not stressed out as it used to be. Those times I used to be stressed out because I was taking a lot of trades, and in this game, the moment you take a lot of trades, it really affects you. That's the disadvantage of the lower time. So I can't contain that level of stress. Okay, always being glued to my chat. So I know the exact time that maybe an opportunity is going to present itself. I know the time to come to the market. I know the time not to come to the market. So I'm really not stressing watching the chart every day, and I'm profitable. You get it. So that's the best way I would recommend. Focusing on the high time frame has been the best thing that I've ever done in my trading journey. I've seen consistent growth on my account. I've been seeing the consistency too on my account. So I think that's the best way to go for. But if you think the lower time frame, and as I'm saying, you need to understand your level, your this thing, your personality. Okay, are you that person who is very aggressive? If you're an aggressive, then I think the lower time frame is good for you, because with higher time frames, you wait for a very long time for an opportunity to present itself to you. And some people can't withstand that. So if you know the type of person you are, your personality, then I think you need to you need to look out to the lower time frames. Be searching an opportunity on the lower time frame. I think that would be the best way to go. That would be the best way to go. The high time frame is the best for me, according to me. That's the best thing I've ever done. That's the best thing I've ever done. So it has been tough this week. This week has really been tough. So now, if the candle close below this one, if the candle close below this one, then what? You will take a buy. With by then, structure would have shifted towards an uptrend. So as I'm saying, I'm very sure this level is going to reject price. You get it? This level is going to reject price, but you need to be very conservative. If there's no opportunity from now to maybe 9 to 10, from 9 to 10 you are going to be seeing consolidation because of ADP is going to happen around 12 15. Okay, so yeah, because of the people are going to be reserved for the high impact news to be released before they will make a decision. So you need to understand that principle. So you need to wait for the ADP to be released before you go in for a trade. Okay, before you go in for a trade. For the meantime, you are still waiting for a pullback on GU and GJ. Waiting for the pullback. So ever since I took the trade okay, that was last week. So last week the trade that we took, I've never taken a trade again. No trade has been gotten again. So I'm very sure that when the ADP, you see, mostly the ADP is going to bring in high volume in the market. Okay, so when the ADP brings in high volume, One thing we are going to be experiencing is what, maybe we are going to be experiencing a breakout. Okay, when price breakout, it's normally creates what, clear zones. So if it breaks out, we are going to be getting a clear zone. So if now price break out from this side, because of this zone, price is currently consolidating. So if you see a breakout, maybe tomorrow you can get a pullback and take a buy or sell if you are not getting trade today. Okay, so normally the high impact news is good. It normally gives a clear zones. It normally gives good zones for price to fill. So it depends on the 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 impact of the news. So this is what they are expecting. So this is an job data, okay, and now they are expecting one. So the numbers that they are forecasting is 110 as compared to the previous numbers was what, 143. So looking at this data, what's going to happen to the dollar? So the dollar, they are expecting lesser numbers compared to the previous number, which is not good. So I'm expecting weakness. So I'm expecting weakness in the dollar. So maybe the pound dollar is going to continue moving up, gold is going to continue moving up. But based on, and you're having advanced GDP, mostly GDP, it's not that impactful like that. And even the numbers that came out was the same thing. So when it is the same thing, mostly we are going to be having indecisions. Okay. When it is the same thing, you are going to be having indecision. But mostly, I think the ADP is going to have impact, or is going to have more impact as compared to the GDP. So the numbers that they are expecting is what? They are expecting lesser numbers as compared to the previous numbers. So which is going to affect the dollar negatively. So the dollar is going to be weak, and what? Any pair that we are going to pair it with the dollar, it needs to rise or appreciate in value. So that's what I'm expecting it to happen. So maybe you are going to be experiencing a breakout from the zone. A breakout from the zone, then it will clear, it's going to, when it breaks out, it's going to give us a clear zones, then we take advantage of them. So some weeks the market will be very good, some weeks too it is going to be very hard for an individual. So that's where you need to stay disciplined. Okay, so when it happens like that, mostly some people will just move around to search a strategy that is going to give them an opportunity. But for the meantime, it has been become very tough, very hard. For last week Monday we had a good trade. Last 2 weeks too we had a good trade. Last 3 weeks too. I think that one we had a good trade, but this week, but the week hasn't ended yet, so we can't complain. It hasn't ended at my end. But yesterday, GJ, it was later that I found out that GJ gave an opportunity. But I was busily looking at US, GBP's US, the opportunity over here. By price, taking a buy, price was too high. So it would have been best if price pull back, made a pullback, maybe at this level. Like what happened at that time. Then I will go in for a buy. By buying at this point, price was too high. Price was too high. So the stop loss is going to be like 50 pips. The logical stop loss is going to be like 50 pips, which is not something I would love to go in for. Stop loss. So the moment when it comes to, when you get a nice, if GJ gives you a nice setups and the pair is going in your favor, that's where you see Forex is real. it's going to present a nice opportunities to you. So now the lending session has shifted to 8 a.m. 8 a.m. GMT. The lending session has shifted to 8 a.m. GMT, which is supposed to happen around. This lending session is supposed to happen around 7 a.m. But now you have some. It's left to 37 minutes for the lending session to be open. So we have a lot of time. So let's see if the lending session is going to break out. It's going to retest on this one. Just make a pullback. Then you find a buy opportunity. And you find a buy opportunity. So as I'm saying, the level is getting rejected. Price is getting rejected by that level. I'll be very glad if price pull back on this level. I will be very, very glad. If price is going to pull back on this level, then I think we can get opportunity. By ADP 2 is going to spoil everything. Even if it's close around 9 o'clock, if price close at this level around 9 o'clock, we are having ADP at the corner, around the corner. ADP can either spoil everything too. So this level, if price retesting on this level is going to be very great to go in for a buy. But one thing is what, even price retracing on this level, even if price come back to this level, if price come back to this level, if price come back to this level around 9 a.m., ADP is going to spoil everything. Just bringing in some volume and what, just spoil the setup that is aligned. So just spoil the setup that is aligned. I know if not me, a lot of people would have been taking a lot of trades by now. I think I've saved a lot of people's accounts. A lot of people would have taken a lot of trades by now. I'm blowing an account. So I've saved a lot of accounts. Yeah, so Forex is like, yeah, you need to be very, very patient and you need to have a plan. Exactly. You need to be very patient and you need to have a plan. So the game really is very boring. Okay. So that's why mostly the aggressive traders can't withstand. It's very, very boring, especially waiting for your setup to align. It's very, very, very boring. Just wait and see how candle is moving up and down, just watching. So if you don't have a plan, you just come into the market and do anything randomly and just move. But if you are not having a strategy, what are you patiently waiting for? Steven, so you need to have a strategy. If you don't have a strategy, what are you patiently waiting for? Okay. So the person who is patient means what? He's having a trading plan that is waiting for it to align. But if you don't know what you are doing in the chart, on the chart, what are you patiently waiting for? What are you patiently waiting for? So you need to have a plan. So the plan is going to include your strategy. Okay, your strategy. So if you have taken like 5 winning trades on a row and the trade has gone in your favor, just repeat the same process. Go back to the trade, check it. What did you do? What were you looking for? before the trade went in your favor. Then you execute, you do the same thing, you add it to your trading plan. So the moment it happens again, you execute. As you are executing, you are refining it. As you are executing, you are refining it. It become the best to suit the way you trade. Okay. So that's how you have to be doing it. So now you are waiting for the lending open, which is going to happen around in the next 30 minutes. The lending session is going to open. So that's when you are going to be seeing a lot of volume in the market. That's when you are going to be seeing a lot of volume. So exactly as I said, price is getting rejected by that level. But let's see what lending open is going to. In the lending open, this one is just going to be awake and just start moving up. Yeah, so according to how this one is forming, it can just be awake and price will break out. Price will break out. But it all depends on how lending volume is going to be. So please a moment. I'll be back. Ah, so we are waiting for the lending uh, volume to kick in and see. So I'm very sure this one is just going to be a week and it will start pulling. It will start moving up. I'm very sure something of that sort is going to happen. So you see, you guys have seen how I'm very patient. So I always say I'm very confident that there was no way I'm going to take a challenge and I'm going to fail according to my strategy. Or yeah, according to my patient level and strategy, there was no way I'm going. So I will try. I will try and just buy a funding account, trade it live. I will record my journey on YouTube. Okay, so that you people will watch it. There's no way I'm going to pass it before you people to see. You get it before, because for me to execute a trade on my funding account, mostly I'm aggressive on my personal account. But when it comes to funding account, for me to execute a trade, I need to make sure most of the things that the trade that I'm going to take as something that I'm used to, as something that I've seen it happening over and over again. So there was no way I'm going to take a challenge according to like the way I'm very patient. I'm going to fail. That's going to be very hard. So this pair is looking like it is, as I said, the level is rejecting price. The level is rejecting price. So I'm very, very sure. Hmm, should I break my rules today? Should I break my rules? Should I break my rules? But first, you have to wait. We wait for. We need to wait for the H1. So let's wait for the H1 to close in the next 27 minutes. Let's wait for the H1 to close and see. I feel like price will be moving up. That's my feeling. That's what I'm feeling. You see, USDCHF is having a lot. There was a lot of volume that comes into when lending open because I was doing back testing yesterday and I noticed that most during the lending session, it's really having a lot of volume. So this one happened. We took it at volume time. This one's around lending time. This move, so most of the moves. So this move is around lending 9. This move, most of the moves happens around landing. So this one to line, you get it. So should I break my rules? Should I break the rule? I have a strong feeling it's going to move out. So if you move to the daily time frame structure is not that clean, but if you change it to a line chart, I think you can see the trend very well. So USD might. Hmm. So you let's see how lending. So you see now the higher time frame level has rejected price. So you see the reason why I always say anytime you are placing your stop loss, it needs to be at a strong area of interest. Price was breaking through, but the moment it got to that level, you can see it has been rejected perfectly. It has been rejected perfectly. The level has rejected price perfectly. So I'm very sure price this candle is going to flip. By the structure is what I'm contemplating on. I would have start pulling. I would have if this one broke above this one, I would have start. Mm, this thing is pushing me to the wall. So it has created a nice support over here. It has created a nice support over here. So so the best way is for us to wait for landing open. So if the landing open breaks above this one, if landing open breaks above this one, the chances that price is going to continue up is very high. The chances, so it's left with 24 minutes for landing. So I'm very sure during landing opens, you're going to be seeing the spike that I'm talking about. So because of structure, I would have shared it before you even came to the stream, but because of how the structure is looking like, that's why I didn't even share it. Okay, so normally I want to share trades. I don't want people to be losing money. I want people to be getting money. So anytime I share a trade idea, that means you have to esteem the trade to be a high probability trade. I don't share average trades that doesn't look good. In the name, I want people to be winning. If people are winning, I'm very happy. So I normally share trade ideas that looks very good, looks has a long term potential, so that if you are in the trade, you can get a lot of money from one trade, one move. So this thing will by all means flip. Will by all means flip. So the moment it break above the current resistance, it's flipping. Yeah, exactly. Let me check GU and see what's going on about that. So USD CHF is really really looking good. Damn, it's really really looking good. But one thing you have to analyzing the candle. One thing you need to understand is what this one. The low has been broken. You get it? The low has been broken. This low has been broken by the candle. But what? Even if it has been broken, we still have volume in the market, so it's not a problem. But we this move. So let's wait for the H1 to close. That would be the best idea too. Let's wait for the H1. Who is going to join me for us to break the rules? Who is going to join me for us?
Sandy asking now where's the entry price?
Yes. So Brandon, what do you think about this trade? What do you think about it?
The choice is the downtrend.
Yeah.
So when you want to break the rule, it's serious.
I see the level has rejected. This level has rejected. So yesterday, this one should have broken it. Just make some small break. But we are in volume time. So let's see how the H1 sorry the London open candle will look like. Let's see how the London open candle is going to look like. I'm sure it's going to move up. So it looks this yeah, it looks the same thing as GBP USD the other time. This one. You get this like this one too. This trade. You are contemplating on the so let's see how the London when London opens, you will see how it's going to look like. But before that, it needs to break above this one. It needs to break above this one.
Okay. For it to look like an uptrend on the lower time frame.
Yeah. And the lower time frame is still an uptrend. It's still an uptrend at the lower time frame. But because of the supports at the H4 time frame, because of the support at the H4 time frame.
Yeah, okay.
So this support, I want this to break above the support. So if it's able to break above the support, create this one over here, the chances of price moving up is very it's going to be very. I saw yesterday, for instance, you see the moment price broke above this one, created this pullback, price started taking off. Because this one, majority of the time frames are all up, weekly up, daily up. H4 is what is not looking good. H4. Today we might break the rule. Rules are meant to be broken. Even the stop loss is going to be very wide.
If they are
Yeah,
going to be breaking it.
yeah.
Bars and rules is dangerous.
The stop loss is going to be 16 pips, targeting like, okay, so it's like 1 to 1. So this trader, if I take it, please, if you are taking it with me, understand that it's not a high probability trade. But before that, I have to wait for the lending open. You need to wait for lending open. Let's wait for the lending open. So it's left with 17 minutes for the lending open. So if the H1 is going to break above this one, then it's going to look good. If not this one, the way I will. So as I said, this level has rejected price. So don't feel for more. Just patiently wait for the closure of the candle. That would be the best way to go by it. You wait for the closure of the candle. So as this level has rejected price, the chances that price is going to as the chances that price is going to continue up is very, very high. So let's wait for the. So which way did you enter by? You see the mistakes most people are doing. So Joseph, which way did you enter by? You are praying to God, but thank God it's for us. You don't pray to God. You are praying to God. For us, you don't pray to God. Oh, God doesn't know for us. If you make mistake, You are going to pay for that. You are going to pay the price for that. You don't pray to God, Chairman. Just do the needful. USD you enter the buy. So 4 a.m. You enter the buy at 4 a.m. And maybe I'm sure he entered around this side. He entered this one. He entered at this price. Yeah, I'm very sure.
This guy was in a drawdown for a very long time.
Yeah, he has been in drawdown for a very long time. I'm not sure he used stop loss. Yeah, those small account, $10, $20, they don't use stop loss. If they blow, you blow. They don't they don't normally use stop loss. This thing is really, really tempting me. So 40 minutes more for lending to open. Yeah, so you entered at the wrong timing. The timing wasn't good. Even though the setup was okay, by the timing, you need to understand timing. You get it? You need to understand timing. If you enter the wrong time, you are going to be in drawdown before price will start moving. So you need to understand the time that volume comes into the market. It's very, very important. So those times that I don't know these things, I enter the market at the wrong timing. You see, oh, I did the analysis. This thing has played out before. I made profit, and now it is going against me. Even though the outcome is not the same, but if you enter at the wrong time of the market, you see, as I was explaining to those in the boot camp, that technical analysis doesn't move price. What moves price is the fundamentals, volume. Okay, so you need to understand the time that volume comes into the market for you to be part. Technical analysis doesn't move. The lines you are drawing on the chart doesn't move price. It doesn't move the market. What moves the market is the fundamentals, the macroeconomic events, volume time, session time. That is what moves the market. When people are bringing in more orders, that's when what the market moves. So if you think technical analysis moves the market, then you are getting it wrong. So understand when volume comes into the market, then you you react according to that. Okay, so the timing was wrong. That's why you were in drawdown. For me, I also saw something like this, but I didn't execute because it wasn't time for volume to come into the market. So you need to understand this basic principle. Okay, so that's why mentorship is very very important. I've saved a lot of people's like money when they were doing it alone. They would have lost money because you will not be aware of the time to enter the market. If you are starting out trying to figure things out yourself, trading life, the time to enter the market you won't understand. So if you understand the time you enter the market, I think it's going to save your account a lot. So know the timing. Learn session times. Very, very important. You don't just enter the market anyhow because you think technical analysis is looking good. If you are trading currency, something moves the exchange rate. So what moves the exchange rate? What moves the exchange rate is the macroeconomic events, the activities going on in a country. Okay, macroeconomic events, market sessions, when the hedge funds are taking orders, buying and selling currencies, when the financial institutions are buying and selling currencies, that's when you see the exchange rate changing. So we're having 11 minutes more for this candle to close. So I think USD really moves very well. Then I've really missed a lot. It's very calm. It's very very calm. So among the majors, I think USD GBP USD so far. AUD USD is bomb, NZD USD is bomb, USD JPY bomb. Then what? USD card. I've not tried, like I've not focused on it, but I'm very sure it's not something. So the majors are eight, right? AUD USD, AUD USD, NZD USD, USD card, USD JPY. Then what? GBP USD. The majors are how many? Five or eight? USD CHF. I think it's six, right? One, two, three, four, five. Yeah, I think maybe it's six. So the stop loss is going to be crazy. The stop loss is going to be very, very crazy. 17 pips.
It's 1:1.
But you need to factor spread too. You get it? You need to factor spread. So spread will be 2 pips also. The spread will be 2 pips. The highest should be 2 pips. So taking 2 pips too. Unless maybe even if you are using the H1 candle itself, this is where the H1 candle you can't, because you're having a, unless maybe you use the 30-minute candle, because the 30-minute candle too is having this strong zone over here. So I think unless you use the 30-minute candle, which is going to be 13 pips. So if I'm entering, I'm going to be using the 30-minute candle. So the entry is going to be here, the stop loss is going to be here. The reason is what, we're having a strong zone, daily strong zone over here. So the stop loss is going to be around this side. The take profit is going to be this side. So 1 to close to 1 to 4, 1 to this time. So we wait for the closure. But I'm not moved to enter this trade. Sometimes if you are doing something that is bad, you feel guilty. Feel guilty you're breaking the rules. So Brennan, are you going to enter?
I have some low coins somewhere too.
Yeah, it's looking good. So you just have to accept the risks. Just let me see what that means. I'll find. By the H4, but when aside the H4, the daily, I mean the daily and weekly are in the same. This Charlie make.
But
So
usually, like the H4 is the main
yeah,
thing. Oh, yeah,
yeah.
it's serious.
But I see the H4 has created a support. And one thing that is convincing me is what you see, it came back to the point that it has rejected. You get it? It has been rejected by this level. See how like the wick that the candle created a support, just got
So you see,
rejected by this one. But even so, this one is going to be an impulsive decision making. Going to be an impulsive decision making. Normally, I trust and believe in lending volume. Unlike New York, New York is some
that is true.
very skeptical, like just dicey. By lending volume, I really trust in lending volume. You can't. My profitability is coming from lending. So lending volume, I really trust it. By New York will fake you out. Lending is the most profitable session to focus on. Or what do you think?
Yeah, it's true.
What's your experience? Yeah.
It's true. Because during the New York section, sometimes me after to 2:30 background, there is no volume in the market.
Yeah, 2:30. I don't enter trades during that time. So this trade is for those who are willing to blow their. Don't enter this trade if this is not the way we enter. But so I'm not going to share. Just it's looking good, man. It's only the structure that is not looking good. So this kind of trades, I'm not going to enter it. When I don't believe, I don't enter in my challenge account. My challenge account is a trade that I strongly believe. So when average trades like this, I don't. I just enter it in my small accounts and see what's going on. But when it comes to high probability trades, I put it in my funding account. This is going to be 1 to 4. But this trade. So 4 minutes more. So if you know, so this point would have been the safer side or the stop loss. So 1 to 1. My spread
That's
is
the first place where
this one. Yeah, the previous
yeah,
candle.
the
So 3 minutes more for landing open. So let me check. So 9 o'clock. Okay. So 9 o'clock you're having news for CHF. So what can happen is what we might the move might not happen. So yeah, the move might not happen at landing of open because of the news. Because of the news. for 2 minutes more for lending open. 2 minutes more for lending open. 2 minutes more for lending open. So entering at this level is going to be like the break of the high of the previous candle. So now it has broken the low, it has broken the high. So it's moving. Should I destroy the wick? So let me see GBP USD if maybe it's going to give an opportunity. GBP USD too sometimes.
Yeah.
It's become very difficult sometimes. This week, so last week was the one that you took the sell on. So this week it hasn't given any. So just ranging, no clear structure, just range, just full of range. GJ2 is ranging today. So the only pair that's which one? GBP. Oh, but like so far, I've not gotten a losing trade on GG. The only thing that happens is what it goes in my favor, but it doesn't get to my target. Then it will reverse. That's the only problem I'm having with GG. It goes in my favor, but it doesn't get to my target. And usually we need trade to get to the target. Yeah. So last time last week the trade I entered on GG, it moved like 40 something pips, expecting it to get to the target. It just retraced, got stopped me out at break even. This trade, the trade I posted on the group, I posted the result, but not the analysis on H4. This trade, yeah, this trade. You see, the target was this side. The moment this support created, I got to the H1 time frame. So it went in profit like 40 pips. You know the profit on GJ is very deceiving because your stop loss sometimes is even bigger than that 40 pips. So if you think it's much, so it moved like the 50 pips because I entered around this side. It moved like 50 pips, expecting it to get to the target. Price just retraced. Landing opinion. So it is pulling back. So maybe the flip. So this is with no wick at the top. So I'm very sure it's going to flip. This trade challenge. Should I just observe? Because I'm not moved like entering. I'm not moved. So flipping. So the stop loss. So let's say 18 pips. So will you enter? I'm not. Are you going to enter?
But let's be reserved. Like if you have some quenches. When you have some small quenches here, we're talking about that one is gone. Like it's not having anything on me. So
it's not effect on you. So this one, the candle open with no wick, so I'm very sure it's going to flip up. It's going to flip up. So now you're having multiple levels over here. You have the H4 daily and weekly. H4 daily and weekly. What's that? Are we going to be having volume at all? Because of the so mostly when you see the central bank people speaking, the chairmans and those things, they are going to talk about how they are going to the interest rate. You get it? I'm only going to talk about the interest rate, so it's an important news. Flipping, flipping. Benny is quiet. He's entering the tree. Flipping. Uh, so this is an aggressive trade, though. This is not according to the trading plan, but my lending volume going to move it up.
$1 is gone. So we volume. It's a news too. So you just like
Yeah, that's why I'm reserved. You're having news at 9. Oh, we are 8 o'clock. Oh, then I thought like you're having like 2 hours before the news, not knowing just an hour. Then it's not going to break.
the person who is in it already know how we're going to go about it.
And so sometimes, I mean, last time I was in this trade, the GDP I went unemployment claim. So mostly technical analysis, fundamentals respect technical analysis. So if you strongly be, and that day, so when it happens like that, you just have to accept that, Charlie, anything that will happen, let it happen. Because the moment you enter the trade, so what if you enter the trade, it just went against you. So you just accept the risks. You just accept it. You just accept it, and because unemployment, and it's really moved very well in my favor. And the thing started retracing. I was stuck, don't know whether to close the trade or to still be in the trade. I said, oh, it hasn't got into my the structure really this week is not really looking good for me. It's really not looking good. really not looking good. So I'm very sure the ADP is going to bring in big volume. So have you started trading the news? Have you said you are going to find some account to trade in? Just
Yeah,
set by stop and sell.
I'm reading about it on the BPP. So I wanted you to even like do more light on it for me,
Oh,
like
the news,
on
the trading news is
the
very,
section.
trading news is very simple. Just set buy stop and sell stop. So you see, normally you can either use the M30 candle or H1 candle. You see, you have candle structure. So candle structure, this is how it works. This is how the candle moves. It moves high. It's the same thing as pattern structure. It moves high, higher, high. So this is high, this is low. So the moment the high of the session or the day get broken, one thing you need to know is what candle structure has shifted to an uptrend. You get it has shifted. So it's the same thing like how we enter trade. So you need to know. So the thing is retracing. You need to understand this thing, the time frame that is stronger. Hey, are you seeing what is happening? See the retracement. So you need to understand candle structure. Okay, so the moment the high will be broken, structure has shifted to what? An uptrend. You get it? The moment the low of the day or the session has been broken, structure has shifted to what? Structure has shifted to a downtrend. I get it. This is what you need to understand. So if you are trading the news, that's normally candle structure is effective one. So consider the time frame. How do you spell consider? Consider. Consider. Hey, I'm confused with consider. How do you spell it?
Yeah, that's it. You know, I know.
Is it this?
Yeah,
Consider. You need to
yeah,
consider.
yeah,
I was listening to this guy. The guy was trying to mention aeroplane. He wasn't able to mention it. And someone said, "That's not how you mention it." He said, "Oh, I can't mention it, but I can buy it." So if you can't mention it, you can buy it. So you need to consider the time frame. How strong is the time frame that you're going to focus on? So you need to know it's 15-minute time frame, because one thing about 15 minutes or 5 minutes is what the highs and lows easily get broken. Okay, so normally when you are trading the news, we consider either you are going to use the 30 minutes or the H1 time frame highs and lows.
So good day, guys. Okay,
Yeah, morning.
yeah, it's a trade on.
No. Hey, someone has
No,
entered. Why you entered?
okay. Now I saw you. I saw the listing.
The risk management.
Yeah, the risk.
Nah, we are not in.
Okay.
So you consider the time. Okay, you consider the time frame. So if you get time today, let's try it on ADP. How many people will join? I'll do some small meeting for us to. You will do it
I'll be
on.
available. Yeah.
So around 12:15, you will try it on ADP. So you consider the time frame. So on the time frame, which time frame are you going to focus on? Is it the H1 or M30? So if M30, then what? You just place your buy stop and your sell stop above and below the candles. You get it above and below the candles. You place your stop loss above. So if you are maybe taking the buy, you are doing buy stop and sell stop, you just place the buy stop over here. If the candle is within this range, you place your sell stop over here. So the one that is going to get triggered first, okay, the one that is going to get triggered first, you what close the opposite one. But one thing, you don't have to be in the trade for long, so just quick, because one thing is what it can just make a retracement, quick scalp, then you're out. That's how normal. But we will try it today. So around 12:15, I'll be around. I'll organize some session for us to those who will be available. Then we try it out. or then you try to on Friday on NFP.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I will try to then let me see if the NFP can waste some
yeah.
coin there.
So one thing about news event is after you have set your buy stop, you set your sell stop over here. The news can just be, it can just trigger this one fast. Come trigger this one. Then you'll be stuck in profit. One is in the loss.
Blood.
Yeah, so that's what you call whipsaw. You are going to be, the thing is going to wake and take you into the trade, then come back again, stop and what trigger this one too. So you get to know you are going to what be triggered in the sell stop and at the same time the buy stop. That's what you need to understand about the buy stops and the sell stop. Yeah, so you will try the ADP. You try the ADP then. But normally I don't recommend those things. So unless you buy, you can just have an understanding. If you have some spare money, you bet it. But news, trading news, will make you deadly. It's not advisable. It's been a while I did it. Since I remember interest rates, some interest rate did me shaggy, and I stopped trading the news. So the market is still respecting structure. And one thing I've seen about USD is it normally moves around 9. From 9 going, that's when it normally moves. So patience is golden. Patience is golden. So now I'm going to leave myself again. Now I'm going to I set my stop loss at $1 because I've only eight. I will I will accept my loss. $1 is nothing. $1 there. If you lose $1, it's nothing. Yeah. So as Joseph, is it Joseph? Joseph, you need to understand the times. Okay, the timing. So no matter. So sometimes in the evening time in my private group, I'll be talking to them about a trade setup, but that doesn't mean I'm going to enter at that time. You get it? That doesn't mean I'm going to enter the trade at that moment. I'm just going to wait. You get it? I'm just going to wait for landing open before I will enter the trade. So I don't enter trades when there's no volume time. So it all comes with experience. If you have the experience, you get to know that that time is not advisable or it's not good for you to be trading during those time. Okay, volume, as I said, structures your analysis doesn't move the market. What moves the market is what the fundamentals, the macroeconomic events, the news events, and those things moves the market. So the lines you are drawing on the chart, then those things doesn't move the market. That's what you need to understand. So it's finally GBP USD has broken above the zone. It has broken. So let's see, maybe you either get ADP is going to clear the zones, it's going to give us a clear structure. GJ of all people is not giving a better structure. So now you are sticking with GBP, USD, CHF, and GJ. Good for the meantime. The stop loss on gold is very wide, so I don't normally feel trading it, and I don't like trading using the lower time frame too. So don't normally use the lower time frame. Because one thing about the H4 structure on USD CHF is a downtrend, so that's why we are seeing it playing out like that. You get it? This the high wasn't broken, so normally before a structure will shift, it needs to break. If it is in an uptrend, it needs to break the low. It has broken the low, but the high wasn't broken, so it's still in a downtrend. So I'm not surprised it's still pulling back. It's still in a downtrend. according to structure. According to the structure, it's still in a downtrend. So $1 is nothing. Okay, but you need to understand the times. It's very, very important. The times, wow, see the wonders. Lending opening brings in a lot of volume. Yeah, so what I'm expecting on DJ is for price to come to this level. For price to come to this level, then you're going for what? A buy. Patience is golden. Don't rush to lose money. Don't rush to lose money to the brokers. Try your best possible to what? Take money from the brokers. If you have trading funding account, try your best possible to get money from the funding company. So yesterday I found out why the payout wasn't coming. I didn't enter the amount I'm supposed to get. So let me do it for you. And before that, they are even going to do a lot of deductions. Okay, the money is small. That's not the money I'm expecting. This money is very small for me. It's very small for me, but it's you see, a lot of people can't even get payouts. So if you get payouts, that means there was something better you are doing. So it's not about the money. The money is small. This money is very small. It's not going to even take me for 2 days. 2 days is even big. But like the joy in what? Getting the payout. That means there was something better you are doing. So you go for the request payout. So the request reward. So you select. I've been watching a lot of YouTubers and a lot of people are struggling to even get. You are not eligible for the reward. So 4th November next week, as I'm saying, I'll do the payout over here for everyone to see. So you need to check the eligible amount. So I'm eligible to $100. So let's see, maybe I'm going to withdraw $90. Profit should be lesser than or equal to. So select payments for crypto. So you enter your wallet over here. The wallet you want them to send the money through. So you see, these people they are criminals. You are withdrawing $90. See the amount they are deducting. They've deducted like their profit split was what, $18. Service fee alone is 10. Service fee alone is $10. So you were supposed to profit split. You were supposed to get $72. So let me see whether I'm going to withdraw the $100 and see. These people are criminals. So $70 is the amount I'm going to receive. So $100, account balance $100. Profit split is $80. Are you going to get $80? And with the $80, they are charging what? Service fee of $10. Service fee alone is $10. So you go to request reward. So the time is not due. So let's hope if I don't lose the account. So 4th is going to be on Monday, right? 4th is going to be on Monday or Tuesday. Let me check. I will make it. If I don't lose that, if I don't lose the account, I'll make the withdrawal for everyone to see. At least I've traded funded accounts, you've gotten payouts. So that will be on 4th. So 4th. So if this week I don't lose the account, then I'll do it on what? Monday for everyone to see. So they are going to give me $70. So I'm going to reinvest the money again into an account. Okay, I'm going to reinvest the money again into an account. Going to buy FTMO. Going to get FTMO. I will trade it live for everyone to see. So those who want to get along with me, and also what I know, Brenny, you said you'll buy, right? So if I withdraw the money, I'm going to reinvest it into what another account. Then I'll use it to what. So that's how I'm going to scale up. So I'm also looking closely to GJ. There are good setups. GJ, how do you trade? GJ, I'm looking for a sell. As I'm saying, I'm looking for price to come to this level. I'm looking for price to come to this level before I would take a sell. Before I would take a buy. I'm looking for price to come to this level before I would take a buy on GJ. For the meantime, there's no trade. I'm looking for price to come to this level, then I'll go in for a buy. If it breaks, then structure has been invalidated, then I'll be looking for a buy when price gets to this side. That's what I'm looking for. So far no trade. GU, the zone over here is not big for us to even take a trade on GU. So I'm hoping maybe ADP is going to bring in volume. So I'll try and stream the ADP. So those who can join, I'll do the ADP, how you can trade the news events. You get it? We will do it together to see, so that you can do it also. So around 12, this thing, 12:15, I'll be around for the ADP. So those who can join me. So let's wait for the 30-minute candle to close. Let's wait for the 30-minute candle to close. So this week has been very tough for me. No trade, no trade. So let me see that pair that smart fed me the other time. Give me PHF. Let me see. So it's still not playing out. So this is where we enter the trade, and the trade just this. I think we enter the trade around no. Yeah. So this week has been tough. This week has been tough. So I'm very sure ADP is going to clear the zones. It's going to give us 9 zones. ADP is going to give us 9 zones for us to take advantage of. So let's see. Let's wait for the 30-minute close. So as I'm saying, I'll do live around during the ADP time. And one thing, if you are trading news events, if you are not like some of the high impact news, you are not going to be seeing volume. That's it. It can be a high impact news, but the market won't be moving massively as you are expecting to just grabbing some profits. You need to understand that. So news event comes with a lot of risk. The risks is like sometimes, even though it's a high impact in like ADP, but you are not going to see a major moves. Okay, you are not going to see a major moves. It will just take you in, just looking like it has taken you in, and everything will spoil. So you need to understand that. So it is looking like it is taking off. One thing I've noticed about USDCHF is that it normally moves around 9 a.m. when the new H4 candle close. That's when it normally moves. By 9 a.m. you're going to be having you are having what CHF news event. You are going to be having CHF news event. So I'm very sure that is when we are going to see the spike. So let's see how the 30-minute candle is going to close. Is it going to close below or is it going to close above? So let's wait patiently. By all means, the week hasn't ended. You might get an opportunity, but if you don't get opportunity to, it's just fine. Just fine. It's part of the game. I think GJ has been giving back-to-back entries. GJ gave a setup over here 2 a.m., 2 p.m. Give another setup over here. I'm still waiting. So if you want to enter GJ, if you want to find trade opportunity on GJ, just wait for the pullback. Let price come to this side, then you enter a buy. That's the best thing. But you have to wait for the news event. You need to wait for the news event before. So okay, I think the 30 minutes has closed. The 30-minute candle has closed. So as I'm saying, those who can join, I'll show you how to enter trade using the news event. Okay, sorry, how to trade the news events, the buy stop and the sell stop. I'll be showing you. So if you can come around, I'll share the link if I'm going live. All right. So see you during the New York session. See you during the New York session. All right. So bye bye to you all. So you too, bye bye. See you during the New York session.